Here's a reading for you for June 2018. As you can see, I'm outside. I'm on the beach actually. So greetings from beautiful Baltic shore. There's the sea. Okay, and here are the cards for you. As you can see, I've already laid them out because I was doing the reading in my native language first, so I already know what's going on. And what's going on, it's about sorry, it's all about taking responsibility of what's going on in your relationship, whatever it is. It can be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. And it's about accepting that our life is not a straight line, but it's rather a sign, so like a wave in the ocean. It's rising and then it's falling, and it's rising and it's falling, and once we are up and then we are down. And each and every one of these experiences is for us to learn and to grow. Taking responsibility and also incorporating your intellect in the matters of your feelings. I always say that we need both, and our heart is a precious and beautiful gift from the world, but also our mind. Sometimes we need our mind to keep it all together. When times are tough, when we feel that on the emotional level something's falling apart, then we have our mind to keep it all in one place, in one piece, in order not to lose what we already achieved. So, as you can see in the middle of the reading, we have Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card that talks about being defensive, but you're in a good position here. You're up. Although there are more people here than this one. There are 6 of them, in fact. But you are guarded. You have achieved a position that enables you to fight them off. It's not a very serious card. It's rather about showing your courage, showing your stamina and strength. It's like sparring or making sports. Who's the first in the race? Or whose side is up? Who has the last word? Something like that. If it's in a relationship, well, it's also the important topic. Who has the last word? And is it always you? Does it always have to be you? Or does it always have to be the other person, Because sometimes we have partners that always have to say the last word. And how does it influence your emotional fulfillment? Because 10 of Cups in the head of your reading, so something that is coming this month and you need to encounter it. The card of completion of a cycle, 10, emotional cycle. When I see this card, I always think about all the cups that you need to gain, that you need to gather in order to have this. And they're not always nice. They're not always pleasant, right? These emotions that you gain on your way to 10 of Cups. It's not only fresh, beautiful first love. It's not only the relationship that you have here as 2 of Cups. It's not only friendship, but it's also boredom. It's also disappointment. It's also loss, regret, being confused, leaving someone, and then perhaps coming back. So it's not always easy, but you need to live through it all. in order to be here, in order to be in this 10 of Cups. You need to be up and you need to be down to have it all. Then, in your past we have 3 of Pentacles, and I feel this is what brought you to this position, to this upper position. Your work that was recognized, that was well done, and that was also pleasant to you, because that's the work you like to do. 3 of Pentacles talks about something that gives you satisfaction. So you were satisfied with your work. Perhaps now you need to defend the fruits of it. In a position of challenge or difficulty, we have King of Cups. It can be a person, but it doesn't have to be. If it's a person, it may be a water sign like Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising, but it can be anyone who has the qualities of King of Cups, which is emotional. How to say it? It's a grown-up, you know. It's someone who's emotionally stable, who has been through a lot, who has seen it all. Now he knows what he has in his cup. He knows the content of the cup, and he's very sure of his kingdom, which is water or the ocean. He's looking forward into it. But if he is in a position of challenge, then it may indicate that it's someone who uses this emotional stability to make you feel worse. Sometimes the court cards of cup court can be quite manipulative. I don't read reversals, but I always keep them in mind. So perhaps this is someone who tries to play on your emotions right now. Perhaps because you want to have the last word, the final word, or you defend something that is important for you, and now this person is saying, oh, you're ruining our relationship. It can be like that, which is not true. It's not true, and don't let yourself listen to this bullshit. You have King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which indicates that he's very aloof, he's very up, and he's very logical and analytical. So your logic mind will help you in this situation, and the background of this situation is very favorable towards these kind of mental work. Moreover, in the position of how to cope with the King of Cups, you have Queen of Swords, and she's a mighty opponent. She definitely can cope with King of Cups, with any manipulative bullshit that someone is talking to you. It doesn't have to be manipulative. It can be just, coming from the position of pure heart, which is not always the best you can have. Because sometimes, as I said at the beginning, we have at least 2 engines. Our heart and our mind. Use both. And this person may use only one, the heart. And sometimes everything falls apart when we only use one engine. So there's counterweight here. As a Queen of Swords, she's about the mind. She's about logical thinking. She's about cutting all the bullshit. She is about seeing the whole picture here. So if someone accuses you of something, if someone is telling you that oh you're like that, you're always you have to be on the top, you don't deserve it, etc., etc., just know it doesn't have to be a bad will of this person, but be the intellectual counterpart of this emotional attitude. Okay, this is what will help you in this situation. Being very logical, being very just, being very fair. In the position of your strength, you have the magician, which is beautiful, because the magician is definitely a strong person. He has all the tools to make his life what he wants it to be. And he has the connection with the universe that is giving him the power to bring everything he wants here to the world. What is magician doing? He's doing magic in his life. And that's you, doing magic in your life. I think on a mundane level it means that you, as I said, need to take part, you need to take responsibility about your part of the relationship, but only yours. Don't expect miracles out of you, from yourself and from anybody else. You are you, and you have your area of responsibilities. The other person has his or her, their area of responsibilities. And you can, in your area of responsibilities, you can do absolutely everything. Sometimes it's saying no. Sometimes it's saying stop. Sometimes it's saying I don't want it anymore. That's enough. It can be like that. It can be like that. But it can also be that the magician needs to change the perspective. And that's why the hangman is here, but I'll come to this. In a position of focus, what should you focus on? It's Two of Cups, so definitely you should focus on relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, an important relationship. Try to see yourself in another, in the other person, in the person you're in a relationship with. That's what it's all about. Recognizing yourself in this mirror of another person. He or she, they can be quite different from you, but still they reflect you. They're not only showing yourself, but they also reflect you, what's within you. And also embrace the fact that in order to have this recognition and to maintain the feeling of intimacy, being close, you need to accept that sometimes there are downs about it. Sometimes your partner feels worse. Sometimes you feel worse. Sometimes we speak things we regret. Sometimes we do things that we regret. But I have this feeling that you have been through a lot. And you know, deep inside of you, you know that you can handle it. Perhaps that's why the hangman appears. Maybe you were caught in middle of many activities, in the middle of work, and you forgot about this fact that sometimes you need to defend yourself. Sometimes they need to defend themselves. Sometimes they need to have the last word, and sometimes you need to have the last word. And it doesn't mean that your relationship is falling apart. It only means that you're gathering all the 10 cups. Okay? So I think it's about gaining this perspective of someone understanding, of course reasonable, but also understanding and forgiving. Whatever you can forgive yourself, forgive also the other. That's what I feel here. Okay, dear Virgo, I hope you liked it. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Check your other signs, your sun, moon and rising sign. I hope you like the different circumstances. Here's the sun. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Shining beautifully. I love it. So, I send you rays of sun, beautiful weather, beautiful wind, the sound of the sea, and I wish you all the best in a beautiful month of June. And see you next month. Bye bye.